It's All Today live from the couch.
Okay, 2012 is almost over with the new year just on the horizon.
And we leave both behind sad and happy moments.
Sarah Janssen, the senior editor of the World Almanac Books, is here to recap some of the biggest stories of the past year. I'm sure you had many to choose from.
There's always a lot going on. It's really difficult, actually, to come down to those last moments and figure out what are the biggest news stories this year.
Okay, now how does that process even begin? Where do you even start?
Well, you know, the editors of the World Almanac are tracking all of these stories all year long, and then we sort of get together and we look at, you know, what were the top headlines, what were people talking about, and what's going to have the biggest impact in the year to come.
Let's talk about a couple of the biggest stories of the year. President Obama being reelected, also Superstorm Sandy hitting. Talk about a couple of those events and how you chronicled those in the Almanac.
Sure. Well, obviously, the election was really all anyone could talk about for most of 2012. It seemed like even if you wanted to get away from it, you really couldn't.
It's true.
So that was definitely our top news story this year. There was kind of no question that, you know, this election was a historic one. Obama was reelected with the highest unemployment rate of any president ever, well, since Franklin Delano Roosevelt, right, I should say. So that was definitely a historic moment. Superstorm Sandy, of course, was a huge event in 2012, tragic for a lot of people. People died in 9 states from this storm. It's, you know, hard to overstate how much of an impact it had.
There were also some offbeat stories, a new religion for the post-Napster religion. Talk about that a little bit.
This is a really weird story, okay? In Sweden, they officially recognized a new religion that recognizes file sharing as a sacrament, that considers information sacred. So basically, it's a religion founded on the idea that you should be able to download an episode of Homeland for free whenever you want.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think the next one is interesting. The first Internet Cat Film Festival.
And it was popular.
That didn't beat out Obama being reelected? What?
Well, for certain people, maybe it did. You know, this is something that's always been a big part of online culture, these cute cat videos. And they seem sort of, you know, funny and trivial, but the Walker Art Center is a very respected museum in Minneapolis. And they decided to host the first offline cat video film festival. And they actually got 10,000 submissions and had to whittle it down, and people showed up in droves. They showed up with their cats. They showed up dressed as cats.
Yes.
Some of them showed up with dogs dressed as cats. It was a really great, funny moment from 2012.
I swear, it's a cat.
Sound like it was perfect.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I always tell my husband I want our next dog to be named Kitty. Isn't that cute? That's kind of funny, right?
Sure.
I think that's great.
All right, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I do have a question, though. That process, you have so many events to choose from. Do you all get in a room together? When does the process start? I'm assuming you have to wait until the end of the year.
Well, actually, we're doing it now. We're working on 2013 now.
Really?
So we're looking at what's going on. I mean, the fiscal cliff is obviously going to be covered in next year's book. We have a lot of events that are going to happen once Obama is going through his inauguration again. So we're actually starting and tracking every story from the moment we get up in the morning until we go to bed at night. We're constantly beginning this year-round process all over again.
And is it based on votes? Do people weigh in, or is it your decision as the team?
It's more of a discussion. You know, a lot of people have different things that they're interested in. Like, we have economics people, we have people who are more interested in straight up politics, we have more people who are interested in pop culture. So the World Almanac's editors are covering all of these different topics, and they're trying to get the most cohesive view of the entire world.
Sounds like us in the sports department. You know, we debate and we decide what we want to go with.
Some good debates.
Know a little bit about a lot.
Not a lot. Exactly. That's perfect.
Yeah. What about some things to put in a time capsule?
Well, we do a theoretical time capsule every year. The World Almanac's editors nominate items that we think are going to represent the year 2012. So this year we had things like the chair that Clint Eastwood addressed at the RNC. You know, definitely the most memorable convention moment, since those things are so scripted generally, and then you have this moment that's just so, well,
obscure.
Yes. So that was in the time capsule this year. We also had a Higgs boson, the God particle that they discovered this summer.
Right.
So that's an interesting thing from 2012 that kind of covers science, which the World Almanac is great at also.
And baseball's for the no-hitters, because there's a exorbitant amount this year.
We
could give you, well, you already published it, but I mean, we can run down this list of sports stuff.
Right. Just sprinkle in there a little bit.
Lots of great sports milestones this year. We had one of Michael Phelps' gold medals in the time capsule.
decorated.
Most decorated Olympian of all time.
He can spare one.
Yeah,
That's fine.
he's got plenty. 22, we can hold on to one.
Yeah, why not?
He
You
won't
won't
mind.
miss it.
Sarah Janssen, thank you so much for being here, and you can pick up the almanac now.
Yeah, wherever books are sold.
Thanks for your hard
Sounds
work
great.
too, though. I'm sure that
that's a
takes
lot
a lot
put
of
in there.
time.
It's a time commitment, definitely.
I would think so.
Looking forward to 2013.
That's right.
All right.